This is a general reading for Gemini for the month of October. So if Gemini is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Again, for the month of October, I have that complimentary 30-minute reading, selecting from subscribers and comments in the month of October, and one person will be selected. So if you want to be considered for the complimentary reading, put in a comment or subscribe. Know that I do read all of the comments and respond, and thank you so much for your kind messages, support, prayers. It's all appreciated. And also for the prayers for Gypsy, who has transitioned, and she's now with Sammy. And both of them loved walks in the park, so I think they're probably doing their walks in the park together. They were buddies for many years and shared a couch together. If you're not a subscriber, please consider being a subscriber. It costs nothing. It is free. You know, there's not a lot of free things available. This is one of the free things, and I promise I will not send you any marketing emails, text, nothing like that. So what it does is it helps build my channel, and there's a couple of advantages of being a subscriber. Why do you want to be a subscriber? For one thing, you would be considered for that complimentary reading. The other thing is that if you put notification when you're a subscriber, you'll be notified when the videos come out. And this month, in the month of October, I'm having the subscriber recognition for the readings. Normally the readings would be $30 for 30 minutes, and that's either live or video, your choice, or $50 for an hour reading, live or video. It's $5 off if you're a subscriber. So if you're interested in that, send me an email and we can set that up for the month of October. And also, when I move back to the US, I'm going to do some other things. I'm thinking about doing some streaming for the subscribers, so we could do like a pick a card or something. But I'm going to be forming the community of all of our subscribers who are global. And so it will be my recognition of you supporting the channel for being a subscriber. If you think if you're a subscriber, check below the video you're watching right now and see if it says subscriber. Sometimes YouTube does something and you become unsubscribed. So all you have to do is resubscribe. Now, I also am putting in a pitch that my house in CASTRO, MARIM, Portugal is for sale. If you know anyone globally who is interested, please pass on the information. I'm going to be putting it in the community with pictures. You know that I live in CASTRO, MARIM, Portugal. I've been here for 3 years. I go out the front door, I see the castle that was the home of the Knights Templar. I look to the right and I see the fortress. My house is 2 bedrooms, a long hallway, which is a beautiful tile. It has a sitting room, kitchen, bath, large courtyard, and a garage. Conveniently located, go out the garage and you're right to the parking lot of the big SUPERMERCADO grocery store. And it has many of the things that you could want, and I'm just across the bridge from Spain. I'm asking $195, and I bought the house 3 years ago at $135 and put in $45,000 of improvements, and that's in euros. So, and the price is negotiable. I will post pictures. Please share CASTRO, MARIM, and this is in the ALGARVE, which is considered the place where people from Northern Europe like to come in the wintertime because it's warm. And it looks a lot like California in the 50s and 60s as you go along the roads here. Now, I have cut the cards and shuffled the cards. Today I have my work crew here. Nina's at the table and sleeping on the job. You'll hear some little, probably Nina sounds. Jason's in the bedroom, Milo's in the sitting room, and Hope's out in the courtyard, and they've already had their breakfast. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck today, and then I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards. So let's see what we have coming up in October for Gemini. And the very first card is the Eight of Swords. Now, you could feel like this is what's going on, and it's crossed by a message about, the Page of Cups. We'll look at that. That could be a message about home. It could be a message about a relationship. And you feel that you can't, of course, the Eight of Swords is that you feel that you can't move forward. You're at effect of someone else, an effect of a situation. So you feel like you're stagnating and can't move forward. Now we have at the base of it, the Empress. Behind you is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so we got your Page of Cups, your Queen of Cups. So there's something going on around the home. It could be relationships, it could be home, physical home. What's crowning you is the Hierophant. Head of you is the King of Rods. Then we have the Knight of Cups. See, we got some cup stuff going on here. You got the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. There's the Devil. Four of Pentacles. Standing firm, reassessing your finances. And the outcome is the Knight of Pentacles with work. You might get a work offer or some sort of thing related to work. I'll pull another card, but I think it's good. Work looks good. The thing about the cups, the home, that's in transition. Spirit's saying do not get too occupied about the cups to lose focus of the rest of your life. Keep the balance in your life. Even though you could be going through some turmoil, some challenges related to home, it's important to keep the balance in that. Some of you are so not distracted. It's more, the word anguish comes, concerned about the relationship, that it's all-consuming of you is what they're saying. It's all-consuming, and you focus so much on that you will focus and to look around that there's other things that are working in your life, such as the work. Now let's look at all of this. Oh, we got the Ten of Swords related to standing firm. The Devil card with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you got a Nine of Swords. So you got two swords here and the Devil card. The Page of Swords, or Page of Cups, moving forward. Okay, you could be moving physically too. Then we have the King of Rods with the Page of Pentacles. You're going to get a message from the King of Rods. Then we have you in limbo related to the Hierophant. Just sort of, you're not moving forward, you're just sort of hanging around waiting to see what's happening. Because you also have the Eight of Swords, so you feel like you're sort of stagnating. Behind you, yes, there's your Five of Cups with your Queen of Cups. Nine of Wands with your Empress. And then we have, oh no, this is pretty good. The Three of Cups is some sort of celebration related to the King of Pentacles. Yeah, that could be a job because it's the King of Pentacles. Or it could be, yeah, it's like a celebration. It's something that's good coming to you. Okay, so what does Spirit have to say? There's a lot going on right now. For someone, you really want to move, and a lot of this is related to moving to a new location. I think there's several reasons why you want to move. One, you want to move away from where you are. It's not moving to someplace, it's a moving away from. This resonates with someone. You want to move away from. I think you don't, and it could be in the home, but it could also be around the home, and that you don't feel really safe. You want to be in a place that you can relax and feel like it's safer. And you've been looking at your options of where to be. Now, I would say that when you look for new places to go, use your intuition about that. What is the vibe around there? How do you feel at your choices? So for someone, you want to move to a place that's different because you want to feel safer and move away from. For others, you want to have an enhancement of where you're living. Maybe it could be you know, some amenities for your families like parks and recreation and convenience to services like grocery stores, etc. So for some of you, it's to upgrade. And okay, and you get frustrated. I get that someone's really frustrated that you put in all the applications, or you look, oh, here's a place that this sounds really good, and you get there and find out that everybody else had the same idea, and so it's not available, and you get really frustrated. Okay, so this is what Spirit's saying. Spirit is saying, get them on your team, that speak your truth about your perfect place to live. Speak that you have it now. Write down everything that this perfect place has for you, specifics, and speak that it has right now. Not the want, I ask, the you know, putting it off because it attracts, like attracts like. So you're attracting, you're saying, I have this now. I live in a safe home. I live in a home that is affordable, safe, convenient to everything. You know, all the things that you have, but speak it is right now. This is what Spirit's saying, and it will come to you. It's almost as though you're reading some ad or something and the light is shining on it. You look at it and go, well, that's weird. It looks like the light shining right on, you know, it's highlighting this, but it's a light. It's not like bold print or colored print or something. It's Spirit's putting the light on that. Follow your hunches, because it's only like a couple more weeks and you're going to see the thing. And you really like the person that has this for rent, and they like you because they have other people that might be, you know, interested in it, but they, you know, you get there in time and they like your, you know, you have this connection. There is no accidents in the universe, and I think that when you meet these people, you know, it's like that connection. I think it could have been from your soul cluster, from the other side, and they have a role. Everybody has a role when they come here, and their role is to help you with your housing. So that's for someone. The overall thing is there's some, you know, you've got your tent, you've got your swords and the devil. And the devil card is with the Nine of Swords. So there's a situation that you could still be in as you're moving forward, because it's not behind. It's the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the devil card, with the Four of Pentacles standing firm. It can indicate, you know, a couple of things. It could be work or it could be home. And let's look at what the cards say, because it's in right now. And the Four of Pentacles could be something about your standing firm on your position, either related to work or related to your positions of finances related to home. The devil card, you know, and I interpret the devil card as not the devil. It's not sort of an entity. It is those behaviors that keep a person from being authentic with themselves or with others. This is what Spirit had told me the devil card is. So it's those behaviors that, you know, can appear. It can be arguments. It can be addictions. It can be deception, theft, toxic work, toxic home, you know, and toxic means that, you know, there's all this confusion and can be betrayal, it can be arguments, it can even be at the point sometimes, if it's in the domestic, of not being safe. And we're going to look at that more as we go along. So let's look about what is your reading here. The first card is the Eight of Swords. You're feeling, this is like you have the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords. Now, and it's moving forward into October. So it means it's not necessarily at the beginning of October, or it could be that you've been dealing with it and it continues through October. I think it's continuing through October. And then the 10 of Swords, but it's like a journey, and it's going, you know, you're progressing through. So that it's about the 8 that you feel you can't move forward. There's something about a situation and you're stagnated. You don't know what direction to go. If you're leaving a domestic, you have all sorts of financial concerns. You have the 8 of Swords here. You also have the 8 of Pentacles. So you got the 2 8s. The final outcome is the 8 of Pentacles. And I think you're going to get some good messages about money, about a job. So right now you feel, and this is going with your 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. You're in a situation where you feel like you really are not empowered. You feel at effect. It can be, you know, financial concerns. It can be that you feel you don't have any options right now, or you have to just wait because you also have crowning you the Hangman. So it's sort of like you don't have all the information. You don't know what you're going to do. It is sort of at a standstill and wondering what paths you're going to take. You don't even at this point know which options, because you're right in the midst of it, and you feel like it's the 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords is also fear-based. It is your attitudes. It can cause inertia, where you're just like frozen. It's like the Hangman. Part of it is you're going to get a message about Cups. And this is, yeah, it's all about home here. It's a Page of Cups and 8 of Swords. For some of you, it could be moving to that new place, and you get a message and you go, well, I can't, you know, I'm still here and I'm not moving to my new place. You know, it's the supply and the demand, and there's a big demand for what you've been looking for. This is for one scenario. What you've been looking for is in high demand, and so you feel like you really can't move forward, and you get a message about that. For others, it's about the domestic situation, a relationship, and you don't know what your options are, but there are some things, factors that are keeping you. You think you don't have a way of moving forward. Can be feeling that you don't have any options, that financially you have some financial concerns. Logistically, you know, you might have concerns about that. Or you may not know what the options are. For someone, see, it's a Page of Cups, so it's about relationships, and maybe the breakup of relationships or moving. So there's, for some, if you are involved in a situation that is domestic, there are resources that you can go to. For example, if you feel you're unsafe, then you can call, like in the United States, there's the 24-hour domestic violence hotline. Regardless of where you are in the United States, regardless of what time of day it is, that line is always available, and they will help you, referring you to resources in your community and a safety plan developed, and that you know, you can decide whether you leave or not. And there are resources, there is finance, there's housing, and now often people are worried about taking their pets, and a lot of shelters now offer kennel services or boarding for pets, because that's, you know, people will stay. One of the things they'll stay is because of pets, and abusers will threaten with pets. That's part of their control thing. For others, you're undecided about this Page of Cups because you are still in this stage of, do you want to leave or not? You know, we talk about the 5 stages of grieving, because this is the end of, for some, and you could be in the state of denial, that you think everything's just fine, and then the bargaining. So for some, you feel you can't move forward. Could be domestic situation, or it could be that for some you want to move to a different place, and we went over why do you want to do, and you feel like at this time you don't have the opportunity. However, then you have the King of Pentacles and happy celebration. It could be for someone a job, or some sort of financial help, and there's celebration. The King of Pentacles can represent an organization. It could also be money coming to you to help you. And you can look at that in a couple of different ways. For some, it could be a new relationship. For others, it can be a job. So there are some good things coming forward. Yes, you are involved in this domestic thing, and I see a lot of feeling of turmoil within you, that it's so much confusion, and you don't have a real clear picture of what you're going to do. And so it's time for you to just take a break, breathe, and in an informed way, start looking at what are your options and what direction you want to go. Because at the base of it is heavy responsibilities and the Empress, which means it's nothing more than you can handle. So the Empress represents the feminine of the Emperor, someone of a position. It could be that the Empress represents like some sort of agency or some sort of job, and you have a whole lot of responsibilities there, but nothing more than you can handle. Or it could also be someone helping, but I think that the Empress represents, you know, it can be having it all, manifestation, but I think it also can represent, you know, some sort of either job or organization or something. I think it could be a job, and it's nothing more than you can handle, the 9 of Rods. So it's not the 10, you're not overwhelmed, and it's all those responsibilities that you have every day. Because behind you is this relationship, the Queen of Cups, and looking at, you know, this is the breakup. You have the 3 of Cups, and then you have the 2 of Cups on the shelf. The 3 of Cups is like what has happened, assessing, and knowing that there's opportunities ahead. So it could be that you're looking at the home, you're looking at relationships, and assessing what has happened. And you know, the 3 of Cups is also looking at I see the old movie thing, and you're reviewing it, you know, the old thing where it's on the tape, and so you're looking at this old movie, and it's like replaying what happened with all of these relationships. It is looking at what can you do differently, and what choices are you going to make? What is your discernment for the future? So it's sort of taking a break and looking at the overview and what would you have done differently. So it's like a lesson, because what's on your mind is you're just hanging around, and it's the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is conventional thinking, can be government. You could be waiting for a decision from somebody, you could be waiting for some help from someone, or some conventional thinking, and you're just waiting because you're assessing, you're bringing in information, and you haven't really taken any action yet. So that's what's on your mind. You're sort of like in limbo. It's like that 8 of Swords, waiting for things to happen. And it's a form of stagnation, because it's not movement. And the only movement card I see here is the Chariot. So it's almost like being stuck. Oh, okay. So I see the old record player with the 75, you know, and the needle, and how the record gets stuck and it keeps going around and around and playing and playing. Well, I guess it'd be at the end inside, but it's like just round and round and not making any progress. And that's how you feel, sort of like the Hangman. It's just going round and round, and nothing's really changing, and you feel like you're just sort of stuck. And once we see the energy cards, the movement cards, then that's when things will start to be moving. Like, you know, the rods, the 6 of Rods, the 8 of Rods, the 6 of Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords. Those are all those I interpret as moving forward cards. I don't see those right now. I see, you know, that record repeating and over, and it's like, this is getting really, you know, like, let me get some energy going here. Let me be able to move forward, because you don't really feel like you can move forward right now. And so you're just sort of in limbo. It could be some government intervention, and you're waiting for some decisions from them. Someone could be waiting for a settlement also from the government, and you're in limbo, hanging around until you hear from them, and that's on your mind. So for someone, it could be some sort of settlement from the government, you know, and those can be like Social Security, veterans benefits, even public assistance benefits, which wouldn't be big, but it would, you know, address your current situation. It could be some class action or something. But for some of you, just sort of in limbo, like, what's going to happen? Because what's ahead of you is a conversation, a message about money from the Knight of Rods. Could be an offer of a job, for example. Could be a raise. This could represent an attorney, and he's telling you about the progress on your action. So as you're in limbo, then you're going to get this message. That message will start the energy going. However, you still have the swords coming up, and you have the devil coming up. So, you know, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. In other words, be prepared and anticipate if you're involved in any situation, illegal or some sort of change. Could be work, it could be domestic. If you're involved in any of those, anticipate that there's going to be things, challenges coming ahead. Do not be smelling the daisies. That's what they said. You know, in other words, don't be distracted. Be prepared. You know, it's a battle, but it's not a war battle. It's a battle of the wits, that you have to be 3 steps, 4 steps ahead of them, because in a battle, part of this strategy is surprise. So whatever situation you're dealing with, they want to surprise. They want to, you know, throw something they want to have you off balance. However, you're being forewarned by Spirit that anticipate that there's going to be some treachery. There's going to be some things that, deception, you know, slick things that they're going to try to put through. And the important thing is to anticipate that. I think that part of it is that you're maybe not maneuvering all this. For some of you, you might be having an attorney to represent you, or for others, an advocate, something. But they can help you through this. Maybe not even tell these other parties that you have a mentor, a guide, some legal advice or something, because then they would not be aware of that, and they think that they could do the sneak attack when you're 2 steps ahead of them, prepared for it. You know, if you look at like the 5 of Rods and the 7 of Rods, or the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, you know, they'll think that you're still in the 5 of Rods or the 5 of Swords, and they're, you know, all this deception's going on. However, you will be more in the 7 of Swords or the 7 of Rods, knowing what's going on and being able to face it and move forward. Eventually, you're going to face it and move forward. So the 7 of Rods and the 7 of Swords is action, movement. So they think that you're still involved in all this, and they can continue to have their treachery. But you're going to be proactive. That's why the cards are here, to warn you, to tell you. Because we have here, moving forward, the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. So this is a message about home. So someone could be moving to a new home, Knight of Cups. Someone could be moving out of that situation. But I think that, you know, the Chariot is movement. So there's some, for someone that's looking for a new place to live, you're going to get that movement. For others, it could be an emotional movement that you're learning how to, or deciding how to set the boundaries, how to move forward. So that's on your mind, because look at what we've got here. Oh. Yeah, but is it reversed? Yeah, it's reversed. Okay, so it's not so bad. You got the Devil card and the Nine of Swords, but it's reversed. And the Ten of Swords is, it's still going on. You have that with standing firm, and it could be money. So this is, you know, the Devil card. That's the whole situation, arguments or whatever. And the Nine of Swords is that it's moving a little bit out of that, but all of the pain, all of the drama, and you know, the whole energy about it is still present. Could be some deception. Could have been a lot of argument or chaos. Could have been work. For some of you, could have been work. And you know, the Devil could represent on the part of the other person pride. Why is it that pride came to mind? That they want, a lot of this could be pride too. You know, if you're breaking up a domestic, there's a lot of ego with a party that is being, you know, they feel it's a rejection. Also, in a work environment, it could be someone very deceptive because they want to boost themselves at the stake of others. You know, that's possible. However, you know, and the Devil represents all that. It can represent pride, it can represent deception, theft, arguments, it can represent addictions, including drug, alcohol, gambling, infidelity, you know, all of these things that are going to keep a relationship from nurturing. So the Devil's there, and it's still there. You're still dealing with it, but moving forward more. That the situation is still there. You're right in the middle of it, but not as much. It's not as fresh, it's not as raw as it has been. So know that you're moving forward slowly. Progress is being made, even though you're right in the middle of it and you still feel you have the Eight of Swords. Because then you're standing firm, and this can be related to money, and you're assessing, you know, and that also could be the work market too. It could be a job, and you're standing firm. It could be, you know, the fours represent taking a break and looking at where you are, sort of, you know, assessing where your progress up is to that point. And this is the Ten of Swords. So it could be some sort of you know, unfair decision related to money. Could be separating assets in your personal life, or it could be related to work. For example, they owe you money and they're not paying you, or they maybe the company has some, you know, financial problems, and you know, they're very deceptive. Could be that they're making you the scapegoat, or that employees are part of how they're going to address their issues going on. Maybe cutting staff, cutting benefits, cutting pay, not paying, you know, all of these things. This could be related to work. The other part could be related to domestic and financial control. You're staying for what you believe, but they're feeling that they can have control over you through the finances. You know, that you can't move because you don't have money, or you're not going to be able to be self-supporting or support yourself because you don't have the money. There's some sort of thing, but it's being stabbed in the back. And you're still feeling that. So even though the situation maybe became into light, that it's still occurring, that it's not resolved. You're still in the midst of dealing with it. And your crowning is waiting for that decision from the Hierophant, which can be a government entity. So, you know, and this could also be if you're having a settlement and there's some deception going on. Yes, that's possible too. Yes, a settlement, and they're doing the delay game, that if they delay it long enough, and then they think that they would be in a stronger position for negotiating because you're giving up and you're getting desperate. And no, it says stand firm here, because it will be eventually in your favor, but they're hoping to wait you out. That's part, yeah, okay, that's for somebody, and you know exactly the situation you're in, and your attorney, your representative is getting very frustrated because they keep doing the paper thing about, oh, well, we have this and this and this and that, so they're just trying to wait you out and thinking that we can settle for this at bottom line. You know, and it's all about saving money, and it's like, you know, if it's in-house team of attorneys for who you're trying to get money from, of course, they are compensated for saving money for the company. If it's a outsourced attorney, for example, they want to win because they're going to get more contracts. So it's all about money for them. And so you have to stand strong for what you believe. It's what it's saying. Do not waver. And then the final outcome is pretty good. This is about work and the Knight of Pentacles. Could be you, and it's moving forward to work. Work is actually good, and you're going to be compensated for those who are working. It's got the Knight of Pentacles. You could be offered a job. You could be offered a promotion for some of you. You know, some of you, this is all involved in work and deception. For others, or it also could be for others, maybe that deception and you have an offer of a new job. Because that Eight of Pentacles represents you know how to do the job, you do the job, you go and work, and you're compensated. And that's the final outcome. For some, maybe you're getting a new job. For others, maybe you're in the midst of something at work and then it's eventually found in your favor. So new job, or redistribution is not the word, but that there's something, a resolution at your current place with all the swords, where something is then, okay. So something, and for someone, the light is shown, and then the truth is known, and then it will be things that were happening will, they'll see the true picture. Someone is going to be vindicated because the truth will be known and these swords will go away. Yeah, that's it. For someone, you'll be vindicated, and it will be seen that there was something behind the scenes that was blamed, put on you, which was not the truth. And then this is good too. So it's a difficult month. October is a difficult month for you, Gemini. It's very difficult. And just remember, it's a life lesson. As you go along, you know, part of our life lessons is that when the lesson is there, we have to look at what the lesson is. And as I said, you know, we sign up for some sort of lesson. And if we do it, you know, it could be real subtle. You know, it could be starting in the kindergarten, and the lesson is standing up for yourself, and someone pushes you out of line. Well, you know, you could stand up for yourself when you're a kindergartner and learn the lesson about, hey, you know, this is my place, and you know, you're not going to push me out of line. Well, if you don't get that, and it comes all the way through your life, then the lesson gets harder and harder and harder, and so here you are. And it's like, okay, the universe is like, knock, knock, knock. You can't ignore this. It's about establishing boundaries, speaking out for yourself. That's an example. And for everybody, you have different lessons. If we all had the same lessons, well, for one thing, we wouldn't have everybody playing different roles. So, you know, you have to look at the lesson and look at this as a lesson. And as you're going through and looking at what am I supposed to learn from this, then, you know, it will start clearing the way. So know also, Gemini, that you are not alone. You are not alone in this lesson. You have your spirit guides. You have all the resources that you can look at. And it's real important for you to stay centered and calm during this time. And I know that sounds easy, but stay centered and calm. Now, I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you. Okay, right here. And the other thing is, I still recommend Julie Poole. That's the one I'm following right now, and I'm listening to her audio book. It's 8 hours, so I'm on like hour. I have 5 to go. So, and I'm going to repeat it. Now, the reason I'm doing her audiobook, and she will tell you, it's the newest book. It's Julie Poole, Poole, and it's about manifestation, and this is about prosperity. Now, she has her other book too. Now, she says, and she recommended, if you don't have the money, that you can get the audio on trial, and then you don't have to pay, you don't have to renew. You know, when after there's so many period of time, then it's $9.95 a month. Now, I am going to buy her book, and it's how you can manifest it. She has different ways of, you know, it's like unlocking it. She's found the key to it. Now, I was going to buy a paperback, and I went on to Amazon on Germany, because for Amazon, we have Spain or Germany. It was $25 for the paperback, which doesn't sound too bad since it's just out. But my customs tax was $25, or 25 euros, it's euros, 25 euros. So that was $50, 50 euros to get a book, a paperback, and half of it is customs. So I thought, I'm not going to spend 25 euros on the customs, so I'll buy it when I go back to the US, because I want to support Julie Poole. And I'm hearing the audio, and I'm getting the information and how you speak things to manifest things. So I would recommend that you start listening to her books on audio if you do not have the money. And all you have to do is go on Amazon and click onto audio and then trial. And start reprogramming your brain, you know, taking out the negative and replacing it with positive. So let's see what we have for the wisdom of the oracle, angels and archangels and spirit guides. What do we have for our Gemini? And angels and archangels and spirit guides. Okay, for Gemini. The first card, Yang, which is manifestation. That's the very first, you know, the yin and the yang. The yang is the male. Why? That's a good question. Why? Sometimes we keep asking why? And it does, you know, I'll read the why. It is number 31. And we're wanting clarity, but sometimes it's not even known. And it gets us off track. Motives, driving, intention, the power of knowing the why. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfilling. When you're clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motive defines the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. The why.
Yang is manifestation. And then the third card we have for you, oh, we got two cards, is Observer, 49. Observer, 49, 47, 48, 49. Okay, here we go. The essential meaning, perspective objectively, neutral observation from a distance, almost like the Hermit. It's like the Hermit card. So it's, you know, and I always say the Hermit is looking at something objectively rather than subjectively, looking at it neutral eyes. And that's how you look at this in neutral eyes. Take that energy out of it, and because that is then going to give you power to make wise decisions in your next steps with the Devil card and the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Then you're going to be able to make clear decisions because they're not anticipating that you know their plan, their treachery. And so by being a neutral observer, that's going to give you more power as you maneuver through this obstacle course, because it's all like strategy. And that's really and strategic, like in battle. But this is like an emotional battle. It could be a financial battle. It's not a physical battle. It's an emotional, financial battle. And through this is strategy, and strategy is based on knowledge and being objective. Okay, then I'm going to read the Visionary I Ching card for you. Okay, here we go, Gemini. Angels and Archangels, what is the card for our Gemini right now? And it is right here, too. Harmony, number 11, that's a master number. And innocence. Harmony, number 11. Okay, this is the I Ching. Earth seems to be above heaven, and heaven is on earth. The gravity of matters merge with the upward radiation of light to create a condition of deep harmony. This juxtaposition denotes a time of peace and blessings for all living things. In the affairs of humanity, tranquility comes when the good, strong and powerful show favor to the lowly, and those of more modest means are well disposed towards those who are currently blessed. There is an end to all feuds. In such a state, the energy is high and the way is clear, and prospects for great success are outstanding. A deep chaos abides in nature, but humanity, by carefully responding to the rhythms and cycles of the times, can find peace in the natural world. By planting the right crop in the right place in the right section, the mindfulness of the farmers brings harmony to the natural world of plants, and in turn prosperity to his family. Similarly, business needs to adjust to the natural cycles of different seasons. Only through flexibility and constant adjusting can order and growth both be maintained. The peace produces a time of flowering and prosperity. The wise person channels this positive energy to all areas of life in proper proportion, just as farmers waters his or her fields and orchards. But be vigilant and discriminating. Peaceful conditions promote the growth of weeds as well as flowers. That's profound. And then innocence, number 25. Innocence implies a natural harmlessness, an openness and pure intentions, unsullied by interior motives. The conditions of innocence has less to do with age than with attitude. Innocence springs from a heart that remains open to joy and wonder. Innocence, when guided by a firm faith in what is just and balanced, brings supreme success. Naivete, on the other hand, proceeds blindly, unanchored by the ability to discern right from wrong, and can bring misfortune. The hallmark of innocence is a willingness to treat all creatures with compassion and respect. Those who possess a pure heart will be best guided by their instincts and intuition. Thinking too much severs link with the guidance of the heart. Be wary of courses of action that require too much cleverness. Well, cleverness, yes, but it's different because you are responding to and being proactive. Cleverness would imply underhanded deceit, which the 9 and 10 of swords are right there. That's referring to the cleverness, to the deceit, through the, it's like the cloak in the darkness, that things were hidden. And now, you know, you're aware of that. There's things that are going to be coming up. And it's to be forearmed because you're being forewarned. It's being proactive and protecting yourself and protecting your protecting your intentions. And the word innocence came up. And so innocence, like children, it's like protecting the children. That's what Spirit's saying. So it's important to be prepared so that you're not thrown off balance. And being prepared when they don't think you're going to be prepared is part of your strategy. Things are going to be clearing out. This is a month of facing. In the previous months, you knew that things were happening, undercurrent. This is bringing it to light. And as a result of that, then progress can start becoming. It's the elephant that was in the room that nobody talked about. Now we say, yes, there's an elephant in the room. And now you can start addressing it, because in the previous months you didn't talk about the elephant. You knew it was there, but you didn't talk about it. This is bringing it out to the forefront. And as a result of that, then you can start moving forward. Because then you're going to be proactive, and you can no longer ignore it. And therefore, you don't have the movement cards now, because you're going to start addressing it. And through addressing it, then you're going to have the movement, and you're going to be getting out of this cycle. It's almost there because now the elephant's been identified. And so you can no longer ignore it. It's almost like a tower month, that it's not being ignored any longer. You're going to be proactive and start addressing it one step at a time, removing the layers of how you can move forward. And then you've got the Chariot, but once those layers are starting to be removed, then you're going to be having a clear path of which way to go. Of that, you're going to have direction, you're going to have clarity, and it is going to help remove all of that anxiety that you have right now, because you're feeling like you just are in a state of many, many different thoughts. So it's time to get real centered, take some breaths, and through that, then you can have clarity of mind. And that's what is important right now, is to have clarity of mind so you can make informed, wise decisions. Okay, now that was all from your spirit guides. I'm going to pull 2 affirmation cards from the Louise Hay and your meditation card. This is a very long video. I'm sorry if it's too long for you, Gemini, but there's lots of important messages from your guides here, angels and archangels. What do we have here from our affirmation cards from Louise Hay? And we have here, I see clearly. I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. You know, I just talked about that, and I pull that card. And the other Louise Hay card, I got several. Okay, 2. Life supports me. Life created me to be fulfilled. I trust life, and life is always there at every turn. I am safe. And the other card is, I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me at every turn. There. Okay. And your meditation card for the month. I might do another video, sort of an update for Gemini during the month. like even a short one, angels and archangels, and more than just the weekly. I'll call it a bonus for Gemini. Angels and archangels. Here. Okay. Radiate. Let your light shine through. There. Okay, thank you so much, Gemini. I so appreciate you. I am sending you really light and love this month. And I think I will do a bonus reading for you through the month. So thank you so much. And Nina and I are sending you light and love from Portugal.